Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Happy New Year to you. And it's a day for resolutions. This is the first full week of 2022.
Okay.
I think we need to get off to the right start, you and I.
Oh, really? Okay. What are you going to resolute today?
Here, what it is. This is what it is, my friend, my good co-host, my neighbor, longtime buddy. It's World Humiliation Day.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I just wanted to bring this up for you to think about. Because, sometimes you get a little snappy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you...
Me?
Yeah, you pick on me sometimes. And so what this day is set aside for...
Yes.
...is, just doesn't mean that you should go around, pulling down people's pants or things like that. It's about being humble and grateful for all you have, not being a big bully.
Oh.
So would you think about that a little bit? Because, I just want you to kind of think about how we'll get along in 2022. And bullying is not good at any age, but especially at this age where we're working together. So I wanted you to think about that a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, that's good. Keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's good to think about those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday.
Yes.
Today's birthday, we have one in today. It's a birthday shout out to Carol Kristen.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carol. And yesterday it was Kevin McCaslin's birthday, Bobby Baxter's, Karen Limcooler's, and Renee Ferguson's, and Zane Smith's.
Nice. That
were in yesterday, and Carol today. So, if you're celebrating a birthday, you're celebrating a birthday with the likes of Stephen Stills.
Oh.
Are you thinking about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it.
All right, good. That's good. This is going to make more of a unified breakfast show. Stephen Stills is 76 today, famous for his part in two legendary classic rock bands, Buffalo Springfield and Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And honestly, they don't have it here, but he's been with this Stills and Nash, different combinations. But he is the only musician to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice on the same night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't he doing something with Kenny Wayne Shepherd at the moment? Aren't they like in a band or something together?
Yeah, and they have kind of a incognito band that they've been putting some music out with different musicians, and it's been dynamite.
Yeah.
It's been good. Florence Pugh, does that ring a bell with you?
No,
my good friend, my longtime cohort.
No, it does not.
She's 26. She's an actress.
Oh.
She starred as Natasha's sister, Yelena, in Black Widow.
Oh, well, now I know who she is.
Okay.
Okay, I just didn't know the name.
Played Army March in the 2019 film Little Women.
Okay.
Eli Manning is celebrating a birthday today.
Really?
Surprised he wasn't playing football yesterday because I think there were some teams that needed quarterbacks, and the Giants certainly needed one.
Yeah, the Giants maybe have needed his services all year.
Yeah. He's 41 today, former quarterback of the Giants, son of Archie Manning and brother of Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. John Paul Jones is 76 today. He is the bassist and keyboard player for Led Zeppelin. He was born John Richard Baldwin and began playing piano at the age of 6. Mel Gibson.
I know him.
66 today. I actually thought he might be a little older
I was
than
just
that.
going to say I would have guessed older. I would have guessed right around 70.
Yeah, he's broke out in Mad Max films. My wife hates those. I kind of like them.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked him. What was a cop he played in Lethal Weapon?
Martin Riggs.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He was People Magazine's very sexiest man alive in 1985. So those are some people that are celebrating birthdays with you. If you're celebrating a birthday today out there, happy birthday to you. And happy first Monday of 2022, where we tend to kind of want to get off to a even start and, patch up any misgivings that we had in this past year. And that's what I would like you to think about today, Brent.
Thanks, Dave. Still thinking about it.
Oh, good.
Can you go back and explain this what is today? Humiliation Day?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not, it doesn't mean humiliate somebody or humiliate yourself. It means be humble. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you shouldn't be teasing people, like pulling down their pants or playing tricks on them.
Okay.
And you should also be grateful for all you have and not be a bully.
Oh, okay.
You still thinking about it?
Yes,
Well,
very much so.
Yeah. I'm way past it.
Okay, obviously.
And it's also National Thank God It's Monday Day.
Well, okay, wonderful.
Says, shouldn't we be doing this on a Friday? Well, we have, people wear Levi's on Friday and dress down and have all those sorts of things. But this is, thank God it's Monday Day, first Monday in January.
Oh.
Kind of because of what we're talking about here. We're off to a full week now. We're not taking any more vacations.
Into a new year.
Yeah. And so we're going to be on, a 5-day or 6-day work week. Some people in Nebraska work 7 days anyway. But this is Monday in January. It represents new beginnings. Probably just a worldwide plot by bosses to get you excited about returning to work. But, it is set aside.
All right.
What else? Oh, National Drinking Straw Day.
Really, there's a day to honor and celebrate the drinking straw.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, they have a day for everything
They do.
anymore.
They were patented back in 1888 and made out of paper. Now, there is some discussion as to they should go back to all being made out of paper rather than the plastic.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to envision how a paper straw works.
That works fine. We used to use them in our milk all the time when we were in school back in the old days.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, your milkshakes and everything. Straw, it's rigid.
Oh.
It stays together pretty well. It gets a little, a little flexible sometimes.
Yeah,
but,
I would think.
But these plastic straws are gumming up everything just like plastic bottles.
Yeah.
So there's some types of straws are being made out of other things besides plastic that are more like plastic, but they do break down.
I see.
So they don't, like floating around in the ocean like are all of our plastic
What's that
bottles.
called? Biodegradable?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
way to go, Brent.
Thanks.
You're hot on a Monday,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
Monday in January.
That's an awfully big word for
2022.
me, trust me.
All right, those are some of the notes we have here. We're going to play the game. School lunch menus still coming in. We'll try to get back to those probably maybe midweek. We'll see how many come in and how many Kristen can round up for us.
Okay. Would you like to play the game?
We would love to play the game. What is the prize today, my good longtime old buddy Brent, who is my co-host and neighbor and good friend?
Thank you. And may I say I'm very humbled to be along your side today.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Did you scoop your walk?
No, I didn't. Wonderful person kind of had that done for me by the time I got up. I did look out the window and see you scooping yours, and my wife will even back me up on this. I felt extremely guilty all weekend because I saw you. Actually, I didn't feel too bad seeing you out there, but then I saw your lovely wife out there scooping snow, and I got ready to put my winter clothes on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go over there and help them scoop snow because if I don't, I'm going to hear about it on the breakfast show Monday morning. Well, then I got ready. I looked out, and then it looked like you guys were done.
Well,
I'm like,
did it.
So I'm like, well, there goes that. No sense of going over there if they're not out there anymore. So I take my clothes off. I sit down, and I'm relaxing, and I happen to look out the window. There you are again. So you must have taken a break and then went out and finished. Is that what you did?
Well,
because I was really feeling, honestly, I was feeling terrible.
you should.
Not so much about you, but
no, I'm not
about
gonna say
Joan.
that.
I'm like, I should have went over and helped.
I asked Joan not to help
Okay.
because it was pretty darn cold, and I said,
was
I'll
cold
take care of
on
it. And
New Year's Day.
Next thing I know, she says, well, I'll do the front porch where the kiddie dishes are.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing the driveway, and I looked out, and she was halfway down the sidewalk.
Yep.
So I finished that part of it, and I wanted to get a bigger shovel, so I came out here and I scooped here. Then I went up to Mom's and scooped hers, and then I scooped my aunt's, and I came.
Well, I didn't know you were doing that. You should have given me a call.
And I came
would've
home,
went and helped you.
and poor Joan was still out there scooping when I got home, and there was no neighbors to be found. I looked over first thing in the morning. I'm saying, boy, Brent and Shelley must have got up early and scooped their walk, man. And then I was thinking how nice it would be to have a garage where you didn't have to scrape your windows when you went somewhere.
That was my amazing landlord. He's the best, bar none.
Well, let's play the game.
Okay.
You felt bad?
I actually did. Seriously, I really did.
You know, one nice thing about
I got ready to. I mean, I put my winter clothes on about 2-3 times, different times, and then every time I got ready to go out the door, it didn't look like you were done.
Oh, yeah, sure. We did Ted and Judy's.
Yeah, I saw you doing that.
I didn't do Joni and Chris's. I usually do theirs if I get the snowblower out. But
now see, I didn't know all of this. I'm still relatively new to the community. I didn't know you did all of this.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go around and scoop everybody's walk, I'll come help you.
No, I don't.
I will.
It's not necessary. No, you go ahead.
I gotta get a better snow shovel though, because I left my good one with the girls.
Well, no, that's fine. Yours is scoop when you get up out of bed in the morning. You don't even have to go out. You don't even have to put your little shoes on to go out. You just hang there, maybe go in your garage.
Here's your question for today. Here are some general questions about historic events that occurred in January. Let's see what you remember. Today's question: what currency finally issued coins and banknotes in January of 2002? What currency finally issued coins and banknotes in January of 2002? Your choices are the Japanese yen, the British pound, the European euro, or the Swiss franc. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Did you know that Off-Broadway in Broken Bow has apartment openings? And did you know that they have 5 different styles of apartments? That means it's easy to find one that fits what you need. Plus, you can move into Off-Broadway almost immediately. If you or a loved one are not sure if senior living is for you, talk to your friends at Off-Broadway and they'll show you the many options you have to choose from. At Off-Broadway, they serve 3 home-cooked meals a day, have numerous daily activities, transportation, and much more. Ask about their specials going on right now at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow.
This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and we have just been appointed with North Star Insurance Company. North Star is one of the top insurance companies in the Midwest. As an independent agency, it's beneficial to have several companies to choose from to get the best coverage for the best price for you. Both Tim and I have ag experience and would be happy to visit with you about insurance for your farm or ranch or your home, auto, life, and health. We handle it all. Stop by and see us today in Broken Bow or Callaway. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Look for the big red sign.
And we have Gwen on the line. Good morning, Gwen.
Hi.
How are you
Gwen
today?
Stidham, of course.
Oh.
I'm good. I have a twofold thing to do here. I'll try to answer your question, but also I wanted you to know that it's Louie's 84th birthday.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and we're doing really, really well. He's out
Good.
on oxygen and out and about.
That's good to hear. I heard that maybe he was off of the oxygen and starting to feel better, so I'm glad you verified
he
that.
is. Yep.
That's great. That's great. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Stidham.
Okay, I'll tell him that you told him happy birthday.
All right.
And you want me to answer your question?
Yeah, what do you think it is, Gwen?
I think it's the Swiss one.
No, I'm sorry, it's not.
Okay.
No.
it was a guess.
Yeah, it was. Would you like another guess? Take another guess, please.
Well, you'll have to tell me. Let's see. That was a Japanese something or other.
Japanese yen. I wouldn't say that one. The British pound. The British pound, probably not. And then the other choice was the European euro.
You think
it must be that one.
Yay! There you go. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut, all right?
Okay, I'll send Louie out. How about that?
That'd be great. We'd love to see him.
Okay.
Thanks, Gwen.
All righty. Bye.
Goodbye. 7:46 is your time. It is Monday. We do want to note right away before we forget it that there's a new look on our breakfast show video. Jeremy Shipe has been up to, I'm not going to say no good, it's really good. And he's revamped things just a little bit so that we can have some advertisement at the top. Now, these businesses that you're seeing are former Newsline advertisers who decided to give digital a go. So you see their ads rotating in a box at the top of the page here between Brent and I. And so every day you'll see all of those folks who were originally on Newsline, which is no longer being printed or delivered as of today. And so he's got it up and going. So take a look. There's all those businesses that were on Newsline. Majority of them went ahead and switched over to being on the breakfast show. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. And you folks, when you see those numbers and businesses up there, kind of remember that next time you need services or products from that area, and give them a shout. Stop into their store.
When we get the Facebook Live thing going, there's a picture, kind of I guess they call it a meme. There's a meme of Dave and I. My meme is a lot better looking than I am. I'm bothered by that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I think that's what they're called, right? A meme?
Yeah, they're cartoon characters, basically, and they don't have wrinkles. And
no, I'm like, I wish I looked like my meme.
I'm with you there.
Okay. Hey, by the way, fantastic job on the coffee today. Tastes very good. Because not that I doubted you, but I was a bit concerned. I was wondering whether I should make a cup of coffee at home or wait till I got here, because your lovely wife has been making coffee in the morning for us for a long, long time. Yeah. And, of course, didn't come in today, so I knew that if coffee was ready to go, it'd be done by you. I didn't know if you'd have time to do it or anything. But anyway, I just want to compliment you. It tastes very good. It was hot and fresh and ready when I walked in, and thank you.
Well, sure, that's fine. And, sometime when you see Joan and I over scooping, why don't you come over and we'll fix you a cup of coffee.
See, I knew that this was going to happen. I should have just walked out the door.
Hey, no problem. We like scooping.
Okay.
We like scooping. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's nice exercise. Get you out and airs you off a little bit, because there wasn't, yesterday was kind of one of those, well, the 2 days were kind of inside days, and you start, start smelling like the couch. You need to get up.
I don't think we got it quite as bad as maybe they were kind of forecasting, right? Did the winds, were the winds the big factor like we thought they might be overnight, New Year's Eve going into New Year's morning?
I don't really know, but we didn't have,
anyway, it didn't look like it maybe was.
We only had about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of snow, so it didn't cause problems here. I think there was a little more snow to the south of us, but I think we lucked out pretty good. We needed a little bit of winter to kind of wake us up. So,
and another system coming in midweek.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Does anybody else like this? We're going to do it again. 51 Tuesday, and then 15 on Wednesday with snow.
That's hard on you. Hard on animals.
And dangerous wind chills.
Yeah, it is. I know that because everything will be inside now for winter sports, unless the roads are bad, we're on schedule for the big run of winter sports now. We've kind of got, is this halfway through winter sports, or?
Oh, no.
Not quite half.
I wouldn't say halfway. We're a month into it. We got all of January and February left.
True.
On into March.
Depending on, I'm going to double check here. Yeah, we're good. Make sure I hadn't heard anything from somebody.
Oh, okay.
We do have on our guest list today Custer County Economic Development and the Broken Bow Area Rotary. And so we'll be visiting with those folks a little bit later on in the show. We have sports coming up. We have ball games tomorrow featuring Broken Bow, girls and boys, I believe.
Yeah. Our first broadcast of the new year will be up at the Indian Gym, Broken Bow hosting McCook for girls and boys basketball. Girls game is scheduled to tip at 5:30, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll have that, followed by the boys game. And then high school-wise, on Thursday, we'll be in Dunning, and we'll do Sandhills Thetford against South Loop. And we are planning on that being a special video stream as well with our radio call. That'll be on Thursday. Then on Friday, we'll plan to be in Sargent, where Ansley Litchfield will take on Twin Loop in girls and boys basketball. And then really excited about Saturday. We're going to be going to Kearney to cover Anselmo Myrna and Broken Bow in the girls basketball showcase, the second annual one, which will take place in Kearney this year. And we'll get started bright and early Saturday morning. Anselmo Myrna is playing Cross County in the first game of the showcase. Tip-off 8:50 Saturday morning. So we'll have that to start the day, and then later in the afternoon, we'll have Broken Bow taking on Auburn at around 3:30. Those games from the girls basketball showcase Saturday on KBBN Radio.
All right, thank you very much. Well, the Huskers last night, I heard your story, was exciting to be close. They didn't play very well early on, and Joan and I said, I think we'll watch something else. We checked back, and it was like 30-30, and we thought, wow, they're doing pretty well. And it sounds like they did well until the end.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say. The Nebraska men's basketball team and the football team, just victory right there in the final seconds of regulation, and just couldn't seal the deal. And then when it went into overtime, at least me, I'm like, I don't have a good feeling now. And then Ohio State knocks down 3 straight threes to start the overtime period. So great effort, but man, just not able to seal the deal. So disappointing, but you can see improvement again. But boy, just be nice to see some wins come with that improvement.
Yeah, especially in the Big Ten.
Yes.
To show that you could compete. But they'll be at it again on Wednesday. We'll have that for you, Michigan State. And then, as Brent mentioned, we'll have Husker women's basketball as they take on Iowa on Sunday. Pregame 12:45, tip at 1. And the Lady Huskers come up short last week, and I don't think they played very well, period, on that particular matchup. So hopefully they can get straightened out with that. They were 12-0, and they just didn't play like they wanted to. So it's basketball, and anybody can beat anybody in basketball on a certain day. So Now, one of the things that sports brings out in people is good things and then bad things.
Yeah.
And Antonio Brown yesterday.
Man, see.
And this guy's been controversial before. He's had many chances, do-overs. We'll give you another chance because he's really good. And he's no longer a buck after his little charade yesterday, taking off his pads and throwing them and taking his shirt off and running across the field during the ball game. I'm not sure he's okay mentally. And I think there's some talk that maybe there should be an intervention. He's had some abuse problems with, I think he's been married 3 times or with he has children from 3 different marriages, and some of those were abusive. I don't know if they were marriages or just they were together, but he might need some help outside of sports. Yeah,
that was unfortunate. And I think Tom Brady in his post-game press conference kind of talked about that.
He did.
So,
and give it to Brady. He went over and looked like, you want to play or don't you? Because we got a ball game to play here.
Yeah.
And when he didn't and turned it into a fiasco, well, Tom Brady went ahead and won the ball game even though they were behind. I shouldn't have said he won it, but he did well.
Yeah. I thought they were going to get beat by the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
That wouldn't have been
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. So,
but did you see speaking of the NFL, did you see the unfortunate, fortunately, I don't think anybody was hurt out of it, but I think the game was in Washington, Philadelphia and Washington, and Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for Philadelphia, was running off the field after the game to go into the locker room area, and there were Philadelphia fans reaching over the railing to try to give him a high five, and the railing gave way.
Ooh.
And a bunch of fans fell into the tunnel area. I don't think anybody was hurt, but that was a little scary.
Yeah, it's fortunate nobody was hurt on an accident like that. I didn't see that one, I guess.
I don't think anybody was hurt because the video that I saw was the people who had fell were then just loving it because they were right there by Jalen Hurts taking selfies and everything else. But that could have been a real unfortunate situation, but I don't think anybody was hurt out of it.
Good. That's good to hear. Let's talk a little bit about Nebraska land hearing. We always do them later in the show. Do you mind highlighting them here early in the show, my good neighbor and friend and longtime co-host?
Well, no, not at all, Dave. Roxanne, board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Broken Bow. Did you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family at gatherings this holiday season? Well, if so, stop in to see Roxanne, offering local dependable service right here in Broken Bow, offering free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, extended discounts for buying local, and Roxanne will meet any pricing quoted from other offices in the state of Nebraska. So give her a call today to set up an appointment. Number's 308-384-3852, 308-384-3852.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So let's just keep going. Let's talk about another business, and
okay.
Kind of do them back. Since it's first of the year, let's do things a little differently here, and let's highlight some of the business early in the show that we don't normally do during this time period.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow is accepting applications for full-time employment right now. They are proud to offer competitive wages, holiday and vacation pay, health insurance, life insurance, disability, and 401k. Sargent Irrigation is an equal opportunity employer. You can apply in person at their office on South Highway 21 in Broken Bow or give them a call at 872-6451. Come join their team at Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow. Get your application in for full-time employment at Sargent Irrigation. To check out this full job listing, you can check out sandhillsexpress.com and go to the employment page.
I ain't got nobody.
Are headed back to school after Christmas break. CBS's Dr. David Aga says that's okay if they take precautions.
You have to have a mask mandate when numbers are up like they are in most of the country with Omicron.
The FDA could reportedly approve Pfizer booster shots for kids between the ages of 12 and 15 today. COVID-related staffing shortages and winter weather are responsible for another 1,800 flight cancellations today at the airport in Minneapolis.
We weren't prepared for being canceled over and over again, and then the delays once we did get here, got to the airport 3 hours ahead of time and still had a 3-hour delay.
The forecast calls for snow along parts of the East Coast today. WCBS TV forecaster Lonnie Quinn.
The biggest number I can find anywhere right now suggests a place like Dover, Delaware could see up to a foot of snow.
Washington, D.C. has gotten about an inch so far. Schools have canceled classes as far north as Philly. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A criminal charge has been dropped for an Omaha police officer who was accused of threatening teenagers with a gun after they allegedly pounded on the door of his home and his neighbor's home earlier last year. A judge dismissed the case against Bryce Spears on Wednesday. Spears pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge of disturbing the peace in October and was directed to pay a fine and attend counseling sessions. A deputy district attorney said in court on Wednesday that Spears completed the terms and the judge accepted his request to withdraw the plea. The incident happened in April. Trying to address needs of developmental disability treatment under the state of Nebraska's Olmsted Plan, a state lawmaker who represents a district that includes the Beatrice State Developmental Center does not see legislation to make major changes in the coming 60-day session. Senator Myron Dorn said lawmakers are still awaiting a consultant report on developmental disability services in Nebraska. A separate evaluation of the state's Olmsted Plan does provide a progress report. The Olmsted case ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1999 held that people with disabilities have a right to state-funded supports or services in the community rather than at an institution if certain criteria are met. Dorn says there has been a welcoming atmosphere in Beatrice with organizations such as Mosaic, but challenges remain, such as housing for those with developmental disabilities. BSDC, founded under a different name in 1885, had over 2,200 patients at its peak, according to a historical account of the institution. That number fell to about 450 in the mid-'80s. As of this past October, 83 were being given care at the center, raising the question about the future of the facility. The consulting report to come out will address services at other state institutions as well. While the report on disabilities services is considered, state lawmakers are also addressing justice issues, including prison population and sentencing alternatives. Dorn says some legislative bills may arise out of that study.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Brian Fenley.
Aaron Rodgers rounding up 2 touchdown tosses, and the Packers have staked out the 1 seed in the NFC after taking down the Vikings on Sunday night, 37-10. That loss for Minnesota eliminates them from the playoff picture. The Eagles are in the postseason after they beat Washington 20-16 and also got some help from other teams. The Cardinals on the road, they stick it to the Cowboys 25-22. Kyler Murray 2 touchdown tosses. The 49ers remain in the playoff hunt after they derail the Texans 23-7. The Saints are still hanging on to the hopes of making the postseason after a 7-sack performance and an 18-10 W against the Panthers. The Rams got a late touchdown grab from Odell Beckham Jr. to beat the Ravens 20-19, the final score.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures climbing up into the mid-40s for today. We'll see a good deal of sun. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 19. Even some lower 50s for highs on your Tuesday, but with gusty west winds. And then much colder on Wednesday, with snow showers becoming likely, a high of only 14 degrees. Winds staying gusty out of the north and northwest. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
23 is your temperature. It's partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say partly to mostly cloudy. I know it's controversial, but the airport keeps saying clear. And I looked out there this morning and I thought, well, there's not all the stars shining there. There's got to be some clouds up there. And that's a new resolution for this year.
Is it?
Being brutally honest.
All right.
Winds are calm. Barometric pressure is falling at 30.09. Humidity at 56%. High yesterday was 30 with an overnight low of 17. That was at about 5 o'clock this morning. Sunrise this morning at 8:05. Sunset at 5:21. We have recorded 200ths precipitation from about 1.5 inches of snow.
Howdy, Dave.
How you doing? I want to get the guest deal going here so we can show everybody your beautiful face here on this Monday morning. Jess McCaslin representing the Broken Bow Area Rotary. How are you?
Good. Here I thought you were going to say 23 is the age of our guest speaker, but it's probably not brutally honest.
I can do that.
You break your New Year's resolution third day in.
A lot of the resolutions don't last very long anyway, right?
Yeah, I saw a thing on Facebook, because Facebook is where you get all your information.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it says, give up on the New Year's resolutions and start making New Year's intentions instead.
Hey.
And I'm like, live the intentional life. So.
Yeah.
I intend to, rather than.
Yeah.
That's more real.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, too. As a therapist, I can appreciate that.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the Rotary, and then we'll ask some personal questions later.
Oh, sure. All right. Well, we're going to do, we're at the beginning of the year now. I wasn't here at the end of the year, but we got that year-end countdown that I wanted to go over and kind of summarize what we did in 2021, and then, of course, what we're looking forward to in 2022.
Okay.
So we brought in speakers from all over the place. That's the nice one. Okay, that's not the nice. It is one benefit of COVID.
Yeah.
We were able to reach out. We've had speakers literally from all over the world. Mostly United States, but we've also had some from Africa, some from other countries too. And so it's been really great to be able to do that. So I just want to kind of go over, we have some speakers coming in this year. I don't have my list of those right in front of me, but some of our favorites, and we had the Senator Matt Williams. That's local, pretty local.
Yeah, but he's always informative, and people do enjoy hearing what he has to say.
Yes. Then people got to ask questions. It was great. Maggie Malone, she's out of Arizona right now, but the Olympic javelin thrower, it was great to hear back from her, former Nebraskan. Of course, we had Angie Swanson. She's from McCook, and she talks about human trafficking. She is the Rotary, our district human trafficking coordinator, I guess you could say, education coordinator, and she's the one that initially introduced us to the trailer and bringing it to Nebraska and things like that. And so, of course, then we had that big event with the education trailer. Mm-hmm. Some of the others, like very, very local, we had Brianna Arguello. I know I'm going to screw up her last name.
I think you got it.
I think so. She is a freshman right now at the Citadel is it South Carolina? I think it's one of the Carolinas. And so she went to RILA, which is our youth leadership program. And so before she graduated last year, she came in and did a talk about what that was like and how it provided her with leadership. And of course, we're always looking for kids who are willing to maybe go to that. It's at Halsey, so it's not very far, but it's a great program, and we will sponsor you. So that's a really nice thing. So parents out there, if you think your kid would be good for that, give us a call.
What time of year is that? Do you know?
Oh my gosh, I think it's June or July.
Okay.
I cannot remember.
Summer.
It is a summer thing. Yeah, it's not like you're going to have to go out there and put on your polar excavation things there. We've taken tours, Kincaiders. We had local speakers too, Rod Sonicson, just all sorts of fun events that we've had to do. We will be having other tours this summer. The windmill, we were going to do that, but that was like the 190-mile-an-hour wind day, and it was cold, and we thought maybe not. So we have some planned for this summer. But some of our big projects, of course, thanks to you guys here at the radio stations, because without you guys, without the newspapers and stuff, we can't get this word out. I mean, we have Facebook, but we can't get all of the information there. And of course, everybody's not on it. Yeah. And so thank you very much.
You bet. Takes all the platforms you can get it on, right?
Yes. So way back last spring, we had the 2 USDA farm trucks come in.
Oh, yeah.
And we provided, I know we're going way back.
Yeah. It's all right.
But each truck carried 900 cases of milk and food, and we distributed those. Thank you to all the people who volunteered for that. The wind farm, the hospital provided volunteers, the city provided volunteers. I mean, it was great. And so we got a lot of food distributed then, and it was helpful to several people in the community who just needed that extra boost. The other big event was more recent, the Human Trafficking Education Trailer. And that over 1,000 people visited the trailer, which is really great considering the size of our town. And of course, we didn't sit there and tally every single person.
Plus, you went to the schools, or they came to
Right.
you.
There were 700 students that went through that, over 700. And so, it was very educational. Sometimes I still hear some of the kids talk about it or some of the things they learned from it. I believe Deb and I are still going to be going out to a couple schools that couldn't make it from around our county. That are close enough but not quite in Custer County. And so I believe we will be going to those at some point here in order to present the information and stuff to them so that they have the knowledge and the whereabouts to kind of watch for things. This summer we had Rotary in the park. You guys were there handing out food, I think.
Yeah. And you had was that when the Iron Lung was there?
Yes. So, we've had the Iron Lung out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Rotary in the park. We had the Iron Lung on display. We had an art contest on the sidewalk, sidewalk art, and we'll probably do that again next summer, so start planning your pictures. We also had a cornhole tournament to raise some money there. And that was a lot of that went towards the Custer County Foundation's fundraiser where they were giving back. And so,
oh, that's right. That was in coordination with that.
Yes. And so we appreciate everybody who participated and helped us earn money for that. But we had a lot of fun there, meeting people, talking about the Iron Lung, and I learned a lot about the Iron Lung. I know.
We did too, and it was kind of a unique comparison with what's happening today with viruses and so forth as compared to the polio virus. And I thought there was a lot of really relative things there between the two, so it was nice to have it.
Yes, it was great. I mean, there was a lot that we could compare. Of course, we brought out the Iron Lung then again later this year when we had Pines for Polio in October out at Kincaiders, and we were very thankful Kincaiders participated in that and helped us sponsor that. They provided the beer.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. We had the Iron Lung out there and the information. And it was a great partnership with them, and I'm sure we'll do it again because it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. As I remember, there was a lot going on.
Yes, that night.
All at that one night. So
it was one night. Yeah, there was a lot that one night.
Yeah, so maybe giving people another chance to. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course that was also like Delta. The Delta variant was just coming out, so some people were kind of hesitant, I think. But we're gonna get rid of all that stuff, right?
Yes, in 2022 we are. I just feel like we're going to.
Once they reach Z, they can't start over. Is that correct?
No, they cannot. Let's hope.
So, but yeah, that was great. And we also had a golf tournament that weekend. Not that weekend, was it? Oh gosh, this summer we had a golf tournament that also raised funds for Pines for Polio. And so that was helpful. We co-sponsored that with teammates. Thanks to the golf course for all their help. Casey Johnson, oh my goodness, she handles everything with that.
She knows all about golf.
Yeah, she's pretty good. And we enjoyed that. We had people from Kearney, North Platte that came and golfed at the tournament and things like that. So even Grand Island, yep. So that was a lot of fun. We did, as a little community service, host some members from the UNL Innocence Society. They came in and volunteered around the community, and we just hosted them. So it was kind of nice. We tried to find some projects for them that they could do, and it was just a partnership with them that I don't know if they'll do it again, but it was something that they put together. They were going to all sorts of communities and asked Rotary to help find places for them to stay and jobs for them to do.
Great.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun just to say, all right, here you go. We got all these fun little things for you. Fair, we're present at the fair. And you might have seen us this year because we have those bright orange, our new orange construction jackets. I don't know what you want to call it, our vests. And so we helped volunteer at several things like taking tickets and checking bands and things like that for the different concerts and activities. And most recent, we helped with the Children's Christmas Fund. We provide the service of handing out the stuff. I believe it is, oh gosh, I'm going to lose who it is now. Yep, I can't remember. But one group comes in and they help. Several of our Rotary members also help with this. But sort the gifts, sort the food, get it all packaged. And then Rotary comes in as a group too and helps with the distribution. So directing traffic, handing out bags. We had all ages there from Frederick Fiorelli, who's like 6. Yeah, he's 6, I think, right now. He was out there throwing hams through the windows. All the way up to experienced, that age.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah. Is the Elks Lodge, they have people there for you?
Yes, the ladies from the what are
auxiliary?
Yes, I can't think
of
their name off the top of my Does.
Yeah,
Does.
the Does. Yeah, the Elks Does. They've been involved in that, I think, for a long time.
Yes, and that's the group I couldn't think of. Yes, they're ones that definitely are out there sorting and directing traffic too and things like that. So, yeah, we've had a ton of fun this year. It's been great.
A lot of good things come out of your fun, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we really work hard to do that service above self because that's what we want to push, and that's what we want people to know is like we're not in this to just accumulate money or anything like that. Yeah. We are putting that back out into the community and out into the world. This coming year, we had a speaker last year from the Park Services, the National Park Service, and he talked about pollinators. So, your butterflies, your bees, all sorts of things like that. And so along with the Sandhill Critter 4-H Club, we will be trying to do some landscaping out of the fairgrounds.
Oh, nice.
We put in that really nice flag out there, so we want it to look nice.
Well, and that's really coming along there. They've got the shade cover.
Yes.
And you can sit and relax a little bit right next to either side of the fairgrounds. It's turning into a nice little park.
It is. And so we're hoping to get some pollinator gardens out there.
Good.
And decorate things up, spruce it up a little bit for the fair and for other events that are out there. So we will be working in collaboration with all of Custer County's garden centers. We're hoping we're going to try to make it to everybody because it is the Custer County Fairground, and ask for input on landscaping, ask for plants, especially perennials. I don't want to be out there every year replanting annuals.
Yeah, get the ones that come back.
Right, I like the ones that come back. That's what I do at home too. But we're hoping to get out there and do that. The Sandhills 4-H Club, the Critters 4-H Club there, they have volunteered to do the back-breaking labor.
Nice.
Yeah, for us experienced people. And so we are going to get them the flowers. They're going to plant them. If people out in Broken Bow or other area communities have perennials in your garden that come back every year and it's time to split them up, you can get those big old grasses or whatever that kind of go wild.
Yeah.
Give us a call because we'll take them off your hands to use out at the fairgrounds. But that's going to be fun. And we are joining with our twin club in Victoria Falls. That's in Zimbabwe, Africa. We will be doing a project with them and probably several other groups out of America because these are big projects. this last year helped build wells. We had to put on hold a women's center because of COVID. They couldn't build it. The place where it happens has to provide the building and the labor. And with COVID, that just doesn't work. And so this year we're hoping to get that going. They are working really hard. They've got a building now, or they're working on it. And then they will do this women's education center. And so without getting too personal, us women have this monthly issue, our menstruation. And so some girls in African countries or third world countries, they don't get to go to school that week because the only bathrooms are co-ed. And so this women's center will provide women's bathrooms, and it will provide a sewing area where they can learn to make their own products. And so they will sell them, and they will use those products. They're washable, and so they can keep reusing them. It's better for the environment that way than the plastic stuff we have. And so we will probably be helping provide the sewing machines and the fabric and things like that.
Wow.
So
that's quite an effort. How often do you get updated on I know COVID slowed everything down, so now, but typically would you get a report every once in a while? How's that work? Do you know?
Yes. Well, Norm and Deb, they like to go to Africa to check things out.
That's how that works. Okay.
And that's part of the way we got hooked up with this club. But we have a speaker who comes on Zoom. CFO is his name, and he talks to us. He updates us on all the projects they're doing out there and what they need help with, and lets us choose which ones we want to help with. And he is part of our twin club in Victoria Falls. And so we get, whenever we want an update, we just contact him.
That's nice.
And he's willing to jump on as long as they have internet. That's something we take for granted out here, even where I live, where I don't have internet. I can get on my hotspot.
You can get on somehow.
I can get on somehow. I'm standing on a hill with like an antenna, but he is at the whim of the country's internet and electricity, and so it's always interesting to see.
They don't always have. They don't have electricity 24 hours a day quite often.
Sometimes it's like a rolling thing sometimes, or you have blackouts, things like that. And so, other countries is definitely fun to learn about. We've got a group starting next Saturday with teenagers who are going to be learning about India. And so we have some local Nebraska kids who will be getting on a Zoom. It's an exchange program, but we're doing it Zoom because of COVID. And so they have, I think, 15 kids from India and 15 kids from Nebraska who will be logging on. They're giving up a couple hours of their Saturday morning for 8 weeks, and they're going to have topics that they're going to talk about. What's different between here and the places in India and stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting to see what they come up with and how that works out with Zoom, because it's a kind of an experiment this year.
Yeah. Well, that would be interesting to find out what's different and what maybe some of the things that are the same with young people.
Right.
You know? I mean, socially or, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So those are some of our big things we have coming up. It's service above self. We're just looking to help out and have fun doing it.
Jess, what's your term? How, as the president, are you?
I will be serving until July 1st.
Okay.
On July 1st, Michelle will take Nelson. She will take over for me. She is our president-elect. And so she is going to make everything awesome.
Well,
more awesome.
You've done quite well. And I hope that, anybody out there that hears some of these things, both locally and across the world, that they would like to be a part of. I know you're always looking for new members.
Yep, we always, and even if you don't know what we're about, you can come to our meetings. We'll have one Wednesday. It's going to be kind of more of a planning, fun meeting versus going somewhere or having a speaker, because, hey, it's the new year. We're going to take a little break for like a week.
Kind of step in slow.
Yeah, slow and steady. We're going to do that. But the first and third Wednesday are at noon at the library. The second Wednesday is at 7 a.m. and we try to have that where we have breakfast. So usually it's at Prairie Grounds, and that's a planning meeting as well. And so, but yeah, you have options. And then usually the fourth Wednesday we have a little tour somewhere, but I don't know how that's going to work out with the weather and things like that this time of year.
Yeah, kind of. Again, we're all looking towards spring already. just turned into January, but well, you'll probably work some things in along the way. We appreciate everything that the Rotary does.
Well, and again, thank you for all the help you guys give us for getting the word out.
Okay. We'll save the personal questions for next time.
Right. When I get maternity leave one of these times.
Well, we hope that all goes well for you and wish you the best. This 2022, hopefully it's one of the best you've had.
That's right. We're looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
Jess McCaslin with the Broken Bow Area Rotary this morning. Our guest will be back with more of the Breakfast Show right after these words.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
Loop Basin Public Health Department COVID-19 myth versus fact. Myth number 4, the COVID vaccine contains a microchip. The COVID vaccine does not contain a microchip. Vaccines are developed to fight disease, not to track your movement. Vaccines stimulate your immune system to produce antibodies that help you develop immunity towards certain diseases without getting sick. To schedule a vaccination appointment, call 308-346-5795 or visit a participating vaccine provider.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage.
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
It's 8:31. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. As promised, we have our next guest in the studio. Mr. Keith Ellis is here from the Custer County Economic Development Corporation. He heads things up. How you doing, Keith?
Top of the day, doing great.
We're just talking off the air about, we got the gear shift kind of stuck between neutral and first gear coming out of the holidays. How you getting along?
Yeah, I'm in there grinding. I got it all up here mentally. I got to do this today, and kind of formulating all of that. Well, to help, kind of prep for the show today. But it's like boom, first of the year. I got a ton of work to do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's reflect back a little bit. I know you've been here a while now. There's been some things that have happened that are positive. Last year, I guess we can say last year now.
Yeah.
Some housing efforts that succeeded. Gives you a little boost going into this year, I would think.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really wanted to talk about today is that we have the agreement to sell the second house now, so that's being sold, and now we'll start the work on the third house in that grant, the previous grant that was awarded. And so that's the first thing on the list is to get that house built and get it sold this year. And then with the new grant, we want to get the land, all of that completed, and then this year have another home built. So we're at least 2 houses we need to build this year. And hopefully we can get started on the third one for the year. So it's going to be a crazy year trying to get all of that done. And let's just say working within a grant program is patience and tolerance and forgiveness. I guess maybe is the best way to put it.
And red tape running out of your ears.
Oh, yeah. It just when I took the test to be a certified administrator for grants, and it was 7 3-hour webinars, and then after the 7th webinar, 2 days later, they had the test for it.
Oh, gosh.
It was some maybe took a half an hour. It took me 3 hours to take the test. I didn't think I passed it at all. Well, I passed it, darn it. Now I have to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, now you got to implement it.
Yeah.
And this, by the way, I think was after you took over this position, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So I know at one of your meetings you said, I'm kind of sorry some of the things that I was planning on doing, maybe getting out and seeing a lot of people and doing some things that I had on my list, got moved down a little bit because of this came along, and you had to spend a lot of time to make that happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially just the learning curve and getting all of the files and everything organized the way I needed it to be organized. It just takes a long time, and then you have to work with the state and get that relationship built up, and so it's been a huge process to just get to this point, and now it's a matter of really kind of going forward. Forgiveness part.
Yeah, that part of it. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to learn all of that and pass the test, and now we can move forward, right?
Well, it's interesting most of my experience in economic development over all these many years has been on the recruitment side, the marketing. Back in the day, there wasn't the issues with workforce, so that was basically a given. Well, now all these things have changed. We don't have the ability to just ease in with workforce that's already in the area. We don't have the ability. You got to have homes for people to come here to start their jobs. All of these things have changed over the years. So my experience of 25 years was a lot of recruitment in business and industry and marketing, and now it's grants for housing, it's building homes, buying lots, those kinds of things, which to me it's exciting. I mean, it's a great new adventure for me in my career to have this part of it, to be exposed and be able to do this part of it. But it is taking some patience on my part to get through that.
Well, I'm sure, and we're glad that you're able to keep that patience intact, because anybody that's done anything with, well, and I don't want to really get down on the government, because these programs do help.
Absolutely.
But so you have to go through that hoop after hoop and the red tape and so forth to get it done, but it is there.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's just the necessary part of business in today's world for developing the housing programs and we have a diverse grant opportunity. The existing grant is for some income qualifying types of needs. The new grant that we just received recently, that is not as disciplined on the income qualifications. It's going to be a little more flexible, so that should be good as well.
Okay.
So 2 different programs, and we think that is a good fit for our community, our area. And then we want to the goal here is this is a countywide deal. We want to make sure our goal is to get homes built in the communities in the county too, not just Broken Bow. So that's next too.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit last time, and some of the communities, if not almost all of them, are working towards that goal as well. So, if you put it all together, we could see some real growth here in the next couple of years in housing, which is needed. And then also there's programs out there, I think, that have been discussed where we maybe improve some existing housing that's in place, which I personally think is very important as well. There's a lot of potential out there with houses that can be renovated and fixed up, and then somebody comes to town and says, "Hey, that's in my wheelhouse. I'd like to."
Yeah, owner-occupied rehab programs. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's there too.
Yeah.
You are going to be busy, Keith.
I am, and plus I want to get this marketing going for this workforce development, the nurture marketing, and so that's going to be on the plate as well. So it's going to be an extremely busy year, and just got to be really organized and full days.
Full days. Well, then the question should be answered out there for the people listening. What does the economic development director do? Well, you've pretty well got most of the months filled up just with what we talked about here today. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think kind of an annual planning session is coming up.
Good. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. This month, we're going to be doing a annual meeting and strategic planning session with our board of directors. It's extremely important when you get into organizational management that you have a vision for your organization, a shorter-term vision, but a longer-term vision, so you have that coordination of resources over a period of time. And so we will be bringing in Rick Nelson from Nebraska Public Power District to facilitate our strategic plan and try to, I think, have more just the conversation. I think there is a tremendous amount of focus on what we need to do. I think that's a given at this point in time. But I think we need to have that conversation in the long term about all of the work that is being done and how that can then kind of mushroom over into the new, what needs to be done. So we're anticipating. And so I think that is a great conversation with the board of directors, because as an executive director, you always know pretty much what you think needs to be done in the community. We're going to survey our members so that the membership has great input into what we're doing, because you don't want to assume that your members, that you know what your members want. We're going to survey them. So that's going to be extremely important for the board to get that kind of a readout from our membership, and then really step through some critical discussions. Most strategic planning is pretty high level. Mm-hmm. Ours is going to be more in depth, more detailed, because we really, I think, understand where the workload is. So that's going to be the bigger challenge in the strategic planning, to get into some of those details. And for me, as the executive director, I have to have a path. I have to know where we're going in 2 years from now or 3 years from now, and then be able to to take all the resources and move them that way, or to complete, in this case, complete what we're doing, which is some huge projects.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of move towards what the vision is coming up. And so the greatest advantage you can have as an executive director of an organization is to have a board of directors that has a vision. And that's what we're really going to incorporate in our discussions as we move forward and we work on policy and programs and those kinds of things is what's the impact, what's the vision, and how can we take that and build on that over the next few years.
Okay. So basically, you're going to kind of reinforce what we want, what our goals are, and then sit down and discuss. We all know we need more employees in this part of the country. We all know we need some more housing to put new employees in. But boy, oh boy, there's a lot of different ways you can approach that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the fun part of it is, as you said, there are so many ways to do these things, but they have to have a cultural fit. Mm-hmm. They have to have a value fit for our area. And so when you put those two things into the equation, then you start shaking out some things that are going to work and some things that are not.
And that initial meeting is happening this month. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, again, you're going to be busy preparing for that.
Got to prep for that. Yeah, that's coming up the third week in January. So.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you wanted to highlight this morning that we haven't brought up?
Well, that's the things I wanted to cover. I just, our organization is built on membership, and it's important that people understand the commitment of the business community for this organization. And one of the things we need to do is we need to continue to grow our organization in the future as well. And so one of the added things on my plate is I want to get out there and talk to potential new members, make sure I ask them to join, to invite them to join the organization and answer their questions as to why, what's the value to them. So if there are businesses out there that are listening that are wondered about what economic development is and what Custer economic development is, then I want to be able to get out there and answer some questions. So that's my open invitation to businesses that are not members of the organization, is to get out and talk to them. And you got to have an engaged community. We've talked about this almost every time. You have to have an engaged community in economic development to be successful. And the only way you can have an engaged community is to have that buy-in, that understanding, and that support.
And when you're talking community here, you're talking about Custer County.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times we've picked up members in this organization through maybe somebody either in this community or another who has a business idea, wants to know if there's any help through the foundation. Next thing you know, they become members, and because they understand what the foundation is doing and what they might be able to do in that particular venture.
Yeah, and it has, very appropriately, it has to have some value to them.
Mm-hmm.
It just can't be the good community service kind of thing. It has to have value to a business, and we understand that. I was in business. I understood what that's all about. So I think that helps to be able to communicate those kinds of values.
Okay. Well, thanks, Keith. Before we let you go, did you watch any football this weekend?
Oh, I got so tired of watching football.
I did too.
I had to turn it off. I had to change the channel a couple of times. It was too much.
My wife and I said, we've not watched this much football in years. Let's watch a movie.
In some of those games, I wasn't rooting for the team that was ahead, so I turned the channel anyway. So that was kind of tough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, was it? Brent, you'll have to help us here because I'm sure you watched a good share of them. The first day of bowl games, the games weren't very good as I remember. It seems like it's been a year ago since we started watching those games.
Yeah.
The two college football playoff games were not very good.
Yeah, there you go.
They were not very good.
But I thought New Year's Day was fantastic.
Yeah, those were better.
The Rose Bowl
close games.
The Rose Bowl was just amazing. I mean, if you like points, it's just amazing how the teams went back and forth. That was an entertaining football game. But the two college football playoff games didn't quite live up to, especially Georgia, Michigan. I don't think lived up to the billing that a lot of people thought it was going to be.
What do we have to watch Georgia and Alabama again?
We don't have to.
Yeah, well, yeah, Keith's got it.
We can watch a movie.
And I'm probably one of those that won't.
I don't think we will either.
I'm not a Southeast Conference fan, so I'm not going to watch it.
No.
Keith, I've got a quick question for you before you go.
Sure.
You're talking about workforce. When you think, at least me, when I think economic development, you think economic growth, and you say, okay, recruit business, create more jobs. Is the mindset changing a little bit now in regards to that thought process because of the workforce issue when it comes to economic development? Is that a fair question?
The best answer I can give you, Brent, is that every business every year goes through that decision-making process. Am I going to stay in business? There are things that happen to a business over time that impact their ability to stay open. So we're not recruiting a new business. We're retaining that business.
Right.
And that's absolutely as important or more important to keep what you already have here and getting growth from those particular businesses. So my answer to your question is the focus more is just on retaining what we already have and growing what we already have, knowing that we will eventually come out of this where we'll be able to start doing a lot of marketing for new business. But at this point in time, it is absolutely a focus of survival with existing business. And, you get into risk management, risk assessment for retention of business, and that's a whole different discipline. But it's important that we understand that there are constantly issues with businesses. And until you are fully aware of those and find out if there's things that are on that list of critical issues that you can maybe help, then that's what you need to do. So you got to be out there with the businesses, existing businesses, and you got to really understand what their impacts are.
Yeah, and I think that kind of is an open invitation, as you said earlier. You let businesses out there who aren't members would like to know more about some of the details of what you just talked about. I'm sure you'd be willing to sit down and visit with them.
Oh, I'd love to get out there and visit with somebody that's got questions about what we're doing. And you have a great question, Brent, about the difference today's world with recruitment. You cannot continually, or you cannot stop recruitment of business. You can't, because it takes so long. Most of the business types of things go through business consultants, recruitment consultants, those kinds of people that have firms that's what they do for a living. And you have to continue those relationships with them, even though you maybe not have a project with them for years. But if you don't continue a relationship with those people, you're forgotten. And then when it comes time to have that come up again, you're not even close to the list. So it's economic development is just like every other business. It's business 101. It's business relationships. And so what we have to do is to be able to keep our word out there that this is a great place to expand a company or relocate a company, and here are the reasons why, and here are the assets that we have that can make your business profitable coming to Custer County. So,
all right. Thanks, Keith.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I think that's it. That's all I have. Do you have anything, Brent?
I don't think so. Maybe you have anything else?
I think we're good.
All right.
All right. I wanted to talk to you about neighbors who help people in need, scooping their walks and so forth, but we'll get to that another time.
Yeah, I wondered about that, how neighbors scoop neighbors' sidewalks. I kept waiting for my neighbor to scoop my sidewalk, and I found out he's in Florida, so I scooped his.
Well, my neighbor that I was thinking about was over at his house watching football games instead of helping his neighbor scoop. But that's all right. Let's not worry about it. Let's move forward.
Well, there aren't any games on from noon to 5 in the morning. I mean, midnight to 5 in the morning. There's plenty of time in there.
There would have been time, yes.
You're not helping, Keith.
Oh, I'm not helping. I'm not saying it was you that needed to be out there.
Well, thanks.
Thanks, Keith. Here's the Young Rascals.
going pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Thank you very much. It is 8:54. And, Brent, this is, as we mentioned earlier, I don't know if I can say it or not. Can you say it for me? World Humiliation Day.
Oh, okay. Humiliation Day.
Yeah, I got it out. I got it.
Said it okay.
Yeah. That again, that does
but
not.
That doesn't mean you're to humiliate somebody or humiliate yourself. It's talking about being humble.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And that's what this day is set aside for on this first Monday, full week in January. Being humble and grateful for all you have and not being a bully. So just a reminder again. Oh, geez, my back.
So, here we go. So you're going to play Mac Davis, It's Hard to Be Humble?
I don't know if I can even
celebration.
I don't even know if I can reach the switch.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I think that last scoop of snow. Hey.
Are you going to spend the rest of this show milking this? Or what?
No, I'm going to switch gears.
Okay.
And just tell you that I honestly, if my wife's listening, Joan, I missed you this morning. After so many years of coming out here together, it was so quiet. It was like this place was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not with the two of us in here. So, Joan, after I get home from the chiropractor with this back problem, we'll just spend some quality time together. And maybe, I don't know, take down the Christmas tree if we aren't too stiff and sore from scooping all weekend. Oh.
Well, I hope you get better because there's more snow coming in the middle of the week. So I hope your back gets better so you can go out and scoop it.
Well, a job has to be done. Doesn't matter whether you can do it or not. You have to go out and do it. It's all part of life. Let's talk a little bit about Meade Lumber. You know, we're talking about opportunities for people to move here and to. If you have somebody that lives outside of Custer County, no matter how far away, and you know they're a good worker and they like a business who sells lumber supplies and services people and delivers, things to build projects with, let them know there's a job opportunity or two at Meade Lumber in Broken Bow.
Yeah, they've got a couple of openings right now looking for a sales associate who would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. And then they also have a job available in the kitchen and bath design and sales department of their business. This position is responsible for providing kitchen and bath cabinetry design services and sales consultation for contractors, remodelers, and homeowners. They're looking for a motivated and enthusiastic candidate who will provide exceptional customer service. And to take a look at all of the responsibilities and duties for both of these positions and to look at some of the qualifications and requirements, you can check out the full job posting on sandhillsexpress.com by going to the employment page. Meade Lumber offers a competitive pay and benefit package, including paid holidays, vacation and sick time, group medical and dental insurance, as well as a 401k. For more information, contact Meade Lumber in Broken Bow.
Thank you, Brent. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we'll have some news for you at the top.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
Fraudulent activity is on the rise and fraudsters seem to be working overtime. Bruning Bank is dedicated to keeping you safe. Remember, never give out your personal information, click on unsolicited links, or rely solely on caller ID as it can be spoofed. Keep your information safe by monitoring your account transactions with mobile or online banking and set up customized alerts with Notify. If you believe you have been targeted by fraudulent activity, we are here to help. Learn more about fraud safety at bruningbank.com or visit any Bruning Bank location. Bruning Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
Happy New Year from your friends at Bow Bootery. We enjoyed helping your feet stay comfy in 2021, and we're looking forward to seeing you in 2022. Thank you for shopping with us. One thing will definitely not change in 2022. Our footwear will always be of the highest quality for everyone in your family. We are so thankful for the friendships we've made and look forward to making more. Happy New Year from Bow Bootery on the Square in Broken Bow.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Millions of students and teachers are returning to classrooms amid a post-holiday spike in Omicron-fueled COVID cases. Victoria Greer is interim public school superintendent in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
We have 4 school testing sites that we're encouraging our students and their families to bring them out to get a PCR test.
COVID-related staffing shortages and winter weather have canceled another 1,900 flights, airline flights into, out of, and within the U.S. today. Ashley Hernandez has been trying to get home to Phoenix from LAX for 3 days now.
My flight got canceled 3 times already, and it was due to a lack of crewmate.
About that weather, WCBS TV forecaster Lonnie Quinn.
6 inches, a half foot of snow around Washington, D.C. Philadelphia, about 3 inches or so. You get to New York City. I think it's a modest coating for New York. I'd say less than an inch.
Hundreds of thousands of customers in the Southeast have no power. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers clinched the 1 seed in the NFC with a 37-10 victory over the Minnesota Vikings at Lambeau Field, eliminating Minnesota from playoff contention and also clinching a playoff spot for the Philadelphia Eagles. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers completed 29 of 38 passes for 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Devontae Adams, 11 catches for 136 yards and a touchdown. The Packers are the first team in NFL history to win 13 games in 3 straight seasons. The NFL's flexed next week's Chargers-Raiders game to Sunday Night Football in the regular season finale. The winner goes to the playoffs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers kicked receiver Antonio Brown off the team after he bizarrely took off his jersey, shoulder pads, and undershirt and walked off the field during the third quarter of Sunday's win over the Jets.
Here's your Weatherology forecast. High temperatures climbing up into the mid-40s for today. We'll see a good deal of sun. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 19. Even some lower 50s for highs on your Tuesday, but with gusty west winds. And then much colder on Wednesday, with snow showers becoming likely, a high of only 14 degrees. Winds staying gusty out of the north and northwest. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
9:04, 29 degrees outside, if I'm reading correctly. So I think it's warming up. It's going to be pretty decent today.
I think so.
Oh, geez. Man, I'm sorry, Brent. I'm going to have to play a song. I've got to go. I got a little hot pack in the back there. I got to go put it on my back. I'll be right back. Brent and Dave with you here on the show here on this Monday. I want to thank everybody, and I know you do too, Brent. We did do this before, but I think we should do it one more time coming out of the holidays. All you folks who dropped cards by or all the good food that was dropped by, my goodness gracious. We were overwhelmed with sweets and goodies. Appreciate it very much. Grand finale, I guess, was on New Year's Eve day. Kim Shipwright brought in some cinnamon rolls as
delicious.
a surprise. Those were very, very good. And we had other cinnamon rolls that came in, and cookies and cakes and jerky and all sorts of things. We're spoiled.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Well, we lost a couple of folks over the last couple of days that are monumental, if you don't use that word very often, but I know that people are probably all a little bit soft in the heart for Betty White. And Betty White just passed away just a few weeks shy of her 100th birthday. And Betty White was, she's been on a lot of things over the years because she's been around a long time, but she was, of course, really popular in Golden Girls and many movies.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Mary Tyler Moore, yeah. And she always played that kind of spunky gal who was a little bit older but still young at heart. And I think she was that way right up to the end. And so we lost her. And John Mayer wrote a tribute to Betty White, which is going viral. Posted a video of the Golden Girls theme song and is writing some music for Betty. So it's kind of neat. Also, the former Broncos coach passed away, this weekend?
I believe so. You're talking about Dan Reeves?
Yeah.
Yep, coached the Broncos, the Giants, the Falcons, and I want to say maybe there was one more, but it's not coming to me.
And mentored a lot of players over the years and very successful career. Betty White was just a funny lady with just her spirit.
Yes.
Just made you chuckle. And she got to really exploit that in the Golden Girls show, but she was good in everything she did. So we lost a couple more very wonderful people this past weekend. I don't know whether they go into last year or this year, but it doesn't matter. We lost them. Right now, the movie of the day is Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
It's made $1 billion already. Billion, not M. Billion.
Yeah, made a few bucks off me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's its third weekend and is blowing records away in the box office. The movies that are trailing, Sing 2 and The Kingsman, aren't even close. But I guess Spider-Man's as popular as ever.
Yeah, and still showing, I believe, at the Fox Theater right here in Broken Bow.
I think you're right. Did I tell you that your shirt looks good today?
No, you have not said that yet, but thank you so much for saying so.
My pleasure. Yeah. We'll take a quick time out.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, health.
Your friends at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow invite you to compare and save this January with Health Mart products. Mucus Relief DM tablets, 20 count, are $9.99. 12-ounce nighttime cold and flu relief is $6.29. And cold and flu severe for adults, 24 count, are $4.99. Wishing you health and happiness in 2022. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
9:15. Is there anything on your mind you wanted to pass along this morning? We have a little extra time here today, and
okay.
It's time to be humble and kind on this first Monday in January, and I feel like I've held up my end. What do you have on your mind?
Did you ever get one of the old Blackberries? Do you remember the Blackberry phone?
I remember it. I never had one.
I never had one either. They were like the big deal.
Oh, they were huge
at the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, you soon won't be able to use that old BlackBerry phone sitting at the bottom of your drawer somewhere. Starting tomorrow, the company will stop running support for its classic devices running BlackBerry 10, 7.1 OS and earlier. So I just want to throw that out to you. If you're still on your BlackBerry, no more support will be offered beginning tomorrow.
I remember when President Obama, that was quite controversial because he had a BlackBerry, and they weren't sure that was secure, and he was using it. And so I think he had to quit using his BlackBerry as president. But I remember that. Also remember being in a Nebraska broadcasters convention meeting, and everybody had a BlackBerry
except Dave.
A few people like me. And I thought it was kind of funny because the speaker was a guy on technology, communications and technology, and he said, "You guys all have that BlackBerries in front of you. They won't be worth a hoot in less than a year." And he was right. It might have been more than a year, but he said technology is moving so fast, the BlackBerry is going to be old-fashioned. And now you're saying, I'm surprised they're even supporting it as long as they have.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yeah. But I read that the other day. Sorry, excuse me.
I want to send out a nice little note to Smokey over in the Arnold area.
Okay.
He had a birthday here a while back, and he called me, and we had a very wonderful discussion about lots of different things, including a Christmas cheese ball that we always go back to. We had a Christmas party, and there was the story of the Christmas cheese ball.
Oh, yeah?
So just wanted to thank you for calling me and reminding me of the Christmas cheese ball, Smokey. So I thought it would only be fair if I played this song for you, Smokey. It's from the Beatles. It's a cover of Smokey, "You Really Got a Hold on Me."
I'm thinking it, but do I say it? You've got that look. So what are you going to do? Just going to keep it quiet, or are you going to express it?
I'm not going to say it because it wouldn't be neighborly.
Okay.
I'm just not going to say it. Have a good one.
Bye.